why BF6 is superior.
I grew up playing Call of Duty and never really touched a Battlefield. But all my friends were saying, Hannah, you gotta play this new Battlefield. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And after playing this Battlefield, I can't go back to Call of Duty. I can't do it. Because Call of Duty doesn't feel the same, it doesn't feel as good. I mean, Battlefield just blows Call of Duty out of the water. Easily. This video is basically just gonna be why I pick Battlefield 6 over Call of Duty when Call of Duty has been my whole past and the only FPS I have really consistently gone back to just over and over. So one of the first points I wanted to bring up was player count and peaks. Black Ops 7 isn't fully released yet, so I can't really compare their numbers to Battlefield's, but we can compare betas. Okay. So, Battlefield 6 had a peak of 521,079 people. This is on Steam only. And then Call of Duty had a peak of 100,000 players. While I was editing this video, I was actually wondering what game on Steam has the highest player peak count during a beta. And it turns out it is in fact Battlefield 6. Am I shocked? Not really. Another thing that makes Battlefield so good versus Call of Duty is it feels so real. Like you feel like you're in the battlefield, in the war zone, all of that. The destructive environment is another point that I wanted to bring up because there's been times in Call of Duty where I've shot like a traffic cone and it just stays still. It's like you can't shoot through it, it doesn't move, it doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, on Battlefield, you're knocking down buildings with sledgehammers, you're blowing up walls with a tank, or you're knocking this crane down that will knock down a whole side of this building. Like, it's just insane the way that they have made this environment come to life and feel so real. Which brings me to my third point of why I personally like Battlefield better. It feels more real, aside from the environment that is so immersive and it blows up when you shoot walls with tanks, all this stuff. You're not Nicki Minaj running around a battlefield. I don't know why Call of Duty thinks we need to be Beavis and Butthead, Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, the Easter Bunny, Santa. Like, that's just not really needed. And maybe to some people that's really cool, that's really fun, but me personally, I like simulations to where it feels more real and I feel like I'm actually in the situation. Like, I want it to feel like this is real, like this is actually me, this is happening. And I think Battlefield does a really good job of keeping it realistic all the way around. The next thing is Battlefield has way bigger maps, and this is just my personal preference. On Call of Duty, one of my favorite modes is Warzone, and I think that's because you can kind of, slow it down a little bit, you get to breathe, it's not constant spawn die that Call of Duty is known for. But anyways, with Battlefield, the maps are bigger. You can play it your way. You can fly a helicopter, you can snipe people from across the map, or you can just stay in the action by constantly pushing objectives. Like, I think Battlefield does a really good job of you can play it how you want to play it. If you like to play it faster paced, you can play it faster paced. If you like to slow it down, you can slow it down. Where Call of Duty, the multiplayer just feels so like you don't have that option. You spawn, you die. It's just kind of how it goes. There's no other way to play it. My fifth point, or whatever point I'm on, I don't really know. What you do matters in Battlefield, or at least they make it feel like it matters. Whether you pick Medic, Engineer, Recon, or Assault, every class has their importance. It feels like you're actually making a difference with what you're doing in the game. With Call of Duty, it's more of make a loadout that's meta and just get as many kills as possible. My last point I want to bring up is the portal, which I haven't personally dove into or messed around with at all. But it's basically you can create custom multiplayer modes, modify maps, and do a whole bunch of other things. Like I saw one where they made a zombie mode, or they made a Call of Duty shipment map. And I think that's really cool that they're letting their community build the maps that they want and the modes that they want that aren't currently in the game. The closest thing that Call of Duty has to this would be like their custom modes, where, you know, you invite your friends and you'll play like Michael Myers or something. But other than that, you can't really modify maps or do stuff like this in Call of Duty. So I think it's really cool that Battlefield added this element to the game. And I think a lot of fun modes will be created through this portal. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about Battlefield. Call of Duty or Battlefield? I gotta ask. I mean, I know the numbers say Battlefield. The people say Battlefield. But I would still like to know your personal opinion, so let me know in the comments. I'm now just going to throw in some of my favorite clips that I've had so far while playing Battlefield. Yeah.
Hostiles are engaging objective Delta.
I was able to chain 2 executions together on that map by just coming up behind them.
We almost have all of them. I'm not the only one on either now.
It's so stupid.
Come here, get that! Let's see here.
We're not going down without a fight, buddy.
Just ran over some people with a 4-wheeler, no big deal.
Someone died immediately.
I
didn't pick my class in time.
You flying now? Okay, we going.
How do I go up?
Use your left analog stick.
Huh? Oh, and that turns? Why would?
Yeah.
Oh.
Flares on aircraft recharge way too fast.
Hi guys.
What
They
are you
do.
looking at? Hey.
Look.
Okay. I'm gonna head towards. Oh!
What happened?
I think I farted. Oh. Get out of that car.
You don't have to resort to carjacking.
I didn't jack the car, I just murdered the man in it. Duh. That would be mean if I took his car.
I mean, it's not his car anymore. He's dead.
True. So it's not a carjacking.
You know what? Very true.
Mm.
That's how we get rid of carjackers. We just murder the victims. Guys, I solved crime.
I mean, I can't miss you when your flashlight lights up the whole south end of the U.S. There's a lot of people up there. Please be careful if you do proceed.
Oh,
They have to proceed. They came for you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Staying alive. Okay.
See, dude, it's bullshit. I have to waste one rocket to make them dump their flares. And then they hide behind a mountain that is out of bounds for everyone else until their flares
Ooh,
recharge.
get me burger!
And then he
Get
pops
me.
back out to having flares again.